Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. It is July 17th, and it is Zer time. Had the Last Word podcast we recorded this morning with an awesome guest, Zoe, over there from the United Kingdom. But for now, let's see what Zer has. We'll talk about that at the end. All right, so remember, also FYI, I am in the tower hangar in case that wasn't clear by running up here. Get your exotic engram of the week. Remember, it's going to either help complete your collection of exotics if you're missing any, or give you a chance at a piece of armor that does have at least a random stat roll on it. Could be good, could be crappy, but at least you got a chance at a better stat roll than collections. So if you got the shards, definitely always make sure you pick this one up, at least see what you get. All right, for the gear this week, we're going to start with the weapon. We've got the Skyburner's Oath. This is a scout rifle. It's a slug rifle, specifically. So the intrinsic trait is this weapon lobs large, explosive, seeking slugs when you're firing from the hip. If you guys haven't ever seen that before, it's actually a pretty cool thing. Don't aim down sights, and it'll actually kind of send tracking slugs out there. They're kind of slower firing, but it's actually a pretty effective thing to get some damage out there and not have to aim quite as specifically. When you're aiming down sights, those slugs travel fast and straight, with higher damage and a lower rate of fire. So it's kind of a two-mode weapon. You can just kind of be running around, not aim down sights, getting some damage out there, and then when you need to, hone in for those precision shots, you can definitely do that as well. Also, it says for the Empire, this weapon fires full auto, so you can just kind of jump around in the air and spray bullets without even clicking, and does extra damage to Cabal and penetrates failing shields. So if you are working on Cabal stuff, potentially working on some of those those old raids that we've got sitting out there, not a bad weapon to use, actually. It's probably not topping any metas. It's not the most epic thing in the world. But if you don't have this and you're facing off against a bunch of Cabal and different activities, it's not one to completely forget about. It's still pretty good. Extra damage against Cabal is nice. Gives the Scout Rifle a decent purpose. So definitely consider this one. If nothing else, put in your collections. You never know when Scout Rifles are going to hit their stride because, again, I don't love Scout Rifles right now. But if you're going against a bunch of Cabal, this one's not too shabby. So pick it up if you don't have it. Otherwise, might be sitting in the vault till Scouts are really good. Still a decent little thing to play around with. I've seen some people have fun in PvP too. So the whole AC 130 build, floating around, just spraying bullets around, it's a fun way to go. So Skyburner's Oath, not too shabby in the right hands. For the Hunters, we've got the Lucky Raspberry. This is a chest armor. Armor perk here is going to be Probability Matrix. Increases the chaining capabilities of arc bolt grenades and has a chance to recharge it each time it deals damage. A full chain always recharges the grenade. So, really cool aspect here. If you like arc bolt grenades and you actually have some decent effects for both PvE and PvP, if you get the chain damage to hit the max number of targets, which I think is 3 if I remember correctly, if it'll chain, you get your grenade energy fully recharged. So that's pretty effective in itself, especially playing against teams, sticking together, tag all of them, have another grenade, you got another one to get ready to throw, which is really, really effective. But even if you get partial damage, you always have a chance to get that one back. So if you like arc bolt grenades, this is the way to go. So you're going to increase the chaining capabilities. I think it might go from 3 to 4. And then if you got those teammates, you got people on a control point, you're definitely going to be having your arc bolt grenade up a lot. So if you're a hunter and that is your favorite thing to go with, this is kind of the exotic for you. Stat roll is 64. We've got mobility, resilience, and discipline. Actually, a reasonable stat roll for a hunter. Intellect and strength aren't that high, but mobility is the class stat for hunters that's going to help you with your dodge. And you've also got resilience, not too bad for PvP, and discipline at 16, which is pretty decent stat roll as we're talking about grenades. So overall, 64, pretty high discipline stat, not too shabby. So if you are a hunter and thinking about this one, or maybe don't have the greatest roll on this one, this might be the time for you. For the Titans, we've got the Peacekeepers. These are going to be very related to submachine guns. So you've got Mecha Holster as your perk, reloads stowed submachine guns, and allows you to ready them instantly. Improves your handling with SMGs and your movement while wielding one. So if you like SMGs in PvE, PvP, and these are just kind of your guns of choice, this is the way to go. Now for perks, we've got 21 on strength, 19 on resilience. Everything else is fairly low, so you got 2 high stats there. Resilience isn't a bad thing. That is at least a Titan favorable stat for your class ability, your wall. And then strength, if you like punching stuff as a Titan, that seems always to be fitting. But if submachine guns, SMGs are your thing, faster reloads, instantly get them reloaded when you're using other stuff. Maybe you snipe something, and then 5-6 seconds later, your submachine gun's just reloaded to go, mow somebody down in front of you. Nice little combination. So SMGs and Titans, this is your guy. Finally, for the Warlocks, we've got the Vesper of Radius. Now, for one, looks pretty cool. Always enjoy the aesthetic of this one. Your perk here is Planetary Torrent. Rifts release an arc shockwave when they are cast. And Rift energy recharges faster when you are surrounded by enemies. So if you throw down a healing Rift, you got some enemies around you and you want to get that one back faster, you are going to be getting those Rifts back. And when you cast that Rift, you'll be killing the enemies that, or you'll be doing damage, at least I don't know how much, but you'll be doing some damage to enemies that are around you when you cast that Rift. Kind of a nice cycle to keep those things going, get some enemies down, get them close to you, get your energy back faster. It's a cool cycle. I wouldn't say this is one that I hear about being frequently used. If anybody loves a build with this one, please let me know below in the description. I would love to see how you guys are using this one. But the stat roll in this one is actually, if nothing else, one to consider. So you got 9 resilience and 9 mobility, not the highest. But then we start hitting the other stats that are big. Recovery, 16 for a Warlock. That's a high stat. That's big. Also helps you with your well, which is perfectly placed here. We got 11 on discipline, and you got 18 on intellect. A 65 stat roll from Xur might be the highest I've actually seen so far. So if you're newer to the game, don't have that many exotics, you want to pick something up that's at least going to give you a good stat roll to work with as a Warlock, this isn't so bad. You probably use your Rifts more than you think. So all in all, may not be the best exotic in the world. The perks, aren't, blowing anybody's skirt up per se, but overall, nice stat roll. If you like using your Rifts, not a bad little combination. So definitely consider this one, probably for newer Warlocks, especially if you're looking for a good stat roll. This might be your guy. And that pretty much wraps it up for Xur this week. So as I said, we just got done recording the last word. We had Zoe, awesome Twitch streamer, helping with raid carries and dungeon carries. It's a lot of fun talking to her. And then, of course, you guys can find that one on audio platforms, the last word, or on my YouTube channel. I'll probably be putting up that one in the morning. And then for me, you guys can find me twitch.tv/Ebontis, twitter.com/Ebontis, and right here, if you guys haven't subbed yet before, please hit that subscription button and the alert bell. We are climbing pretty quickly. Thank you guys for all the support lately. Getting close to 50K, so hit that sub button and the alert bell. Honestly, trying to keep as many guides as I can to you guys, so keep it going. Got a lot of fun stuff coming. Ghost of Tsushima, I just started that one, so I can't wait to see how that one turns out. So thank you guys for all the support. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. Again, comment if you got some cool builds with these exotics. Thank you guys for the support, and I look forward to seeing you guys maybe in stream or in a comment or just watching my videos. Have an awesome one. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend.